Follow along to make your next favorite game day dip. So first we're going to cut our potato and get this cooking. I'm going to add it to a pot of boiling water and just cook it until it's fork tender. And what I love about this recipe is that we're going to use the same pot the whole time. So I'll cook the potatoes, drain out the water, and then I'm going to add everything else from the recipe except for the cheese into the same pot, and we'll continue cooking it from there. You'll see. We're working with Salt Cod today, so this fish has been soaked for 8 hours. I changed the water after 4 so that we can make sure that all the salt that it got packed in gets leached out. After removing it from the water, we're just going to go through it and just feel for any bones that might still be in the fish or any excess skin that was left on. This all looks good. So we're going to cut it into strips like this and then cube it. So everything's in our pot, including a clove of garlic that I microplaned in. And we're just mixing it together, and we're gonna let this cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. The potatoes are nice and soft. Artichokes are canned, so we know they're cooked, but we wanna make sure that the fish gets cooked through even though it's been cured, as well as the leeks, those were raw. So again, everything that gets cut up and then prepped, measured out, all goes in the pot, except for the lemon and the cheese. That's what we finish with. When you first put everything in the pot, it's going to look like it doesn't all, or shouldn't all fit, but trust me, as the heat wears down on the cream cheese and the rest of the dairy, it all starts to melt together. Okay, so we've been doing our stirring. Everything looks pretty great. Let's find a nice big piece of fish. That's a potato. Here's a fish. Okay, so we're just gonna press into it. You see how it flakes just like that? That means it's done. So we'll go ahead and cut it off. And you might be thinking that this looks pretty soupy. You would be right. So here's our masher. And the whole point of this is for it to be a dip, so you really can't mash too much, and you're just going to keep on mashing until the texture looks correct. Now, if you don't have everything cooked properly, this will not come together because all the potato starch needs to get in there. Everything kind of needs to bind that way. So this can go in the fridge for up to a week if you wanted to, or if you're gonna cook it later, you could also just save it for later in the fridge. We're gonna cook it now, so we'll add cheese to the top and then put it in the broiler. I'm using Gruyere cheese. You can really use any melty cheese you like. Cheddar works great. You can do a mix of cheeses if you want. There's no wrong answer here. Many more recipes and how to cook the finest things in the sea with artisan books wherever books are sold.